Welcome to this episode of Optics Trade Debates. My name is Theodor.
Hello.
Today we are going to speak about the differences and similarities between two very similar devices made by Pulsar. On one side, completely new Pulsar Axion XM38, and on the other side, a model which is on the market already for 2 years, the Pulsar Helion XQ38F. These devices are to some degree really similar, but there are also differences between them. So I would presume, let's start with what is similar. Let's start with the price point. What is the price point of one and the another?
Well, the difference in price is approximately 100 euros.
Yeah, so not a big difference.
So the Helion device is approximately Helion XQ38 is approximately 100 euros more costly. The second point I would say is the software. They feature the same software. They both have the AMOLED display. Both of these devices. The lens, they both have 38mm lens. So the Helion and the Axion device, they're both fully waterproof according to Pulsar. Yeah. They are.
So you can even submerge them both into water, and this will work.
Yeah. And they both also feature 50 Hz of refresh rate. That's
yeah. So the software, I would say, the part of the software which a user sees. So the menus of both of them are really similar, and you see that they come from the same company.
You have with both devices you have 8 different color patterns.
Yeah.
With both of them.
Color palettes. You can choose white hot, black hot, red hot, rainbow, sapphire,
and so on. The calibration is done in the same fashion with both devices. 3 types of calibration: semi-automatic, automatic, and manual. So I think
these are the similarities.
The similarities.
Not only similarities; they're basically the same in this aspect. So 38mm lens, 38mm lens.
Correct. What would you say? What are the differences? Because there are quite a few.
There is some differences. First difference, if you can see, is the form factor. So the Axion is I would say, completely different device to Helion. The Helion is a full-size thermal monocular. When you hold it in your hand, you see really that you have something in your hand. With Axion, it's basically looks like a laser rangefinder. It's so small, you can put it in any pocket if you wish. It's really compact and small. So the form factor is the first big difference. The second big difference is the material used for the housing. So the housing on the Helion is made out of polymer. Here it's made out of magnesium. Even though when you take both of these two devices in your hand, you would say that the Helion looks more robust and sturdy and so on, but still the magnesium on the Axion would probably withstand more, even though Helion looks like more, I would say, robust device. The difference in the form factor is also the cover for the lens. Here's just rubber with a metal part inside and a magnet on the strap. With a Helion you have a plastic sturdy cap. So the form factor and materials used is the first difference. The second difference is the sensor. The sensor in the Axion is 320 by 240, but with only 12 microns pitch of pixels. Yeah. So 12 micron is the size of the pixels, so the pixels are much smaller than in the Helion, where are 17 microns big. I would say 17 microns pitch on the pixels. Also, the pixel count on the Helion is a little bit bigger, so 380 by 200, 384 by 288. Okay, yeah. So a little bit bigger pixel count than with the Axion, but normally bigger pixels, smaller pixels. Optically speaking, this one, the Helion XQ38F, starts with 3.1 magnification, and then you can digitally lift it up all the way to 12.4, so 4 times. With an Axion, you also have a 4-time digital zoom, but you start at 5.5. So on the first look, when you look through the Helion, you have a feeling that you see more nicer details. Part of it goes to the smaller pixel size, part of it goes with a higher magnification from the start. So 5.5 to 3.1.
Yeah, with the picture-in-picture, we can actually go up to 22 magnification of digital.
So this one stops at 12. This one stops at 22. Yeah. So the magnification range is much higher on the Axion. You can go higher with the magnifications. This is a plus and a minus because the Helion with 3.1 magnification features a wider field of view than the Axion with 5.5 basic magnification. These are the main differences. I'm now thinking if I forgot anything. Okay, the display. It is true that you have the AMOLED display in both devices, and both of them can be used at -25. This is the same. But the pixel count on the displays here is 640 by 480. Yeah. And here is 1024 by 768.
68, yeah.
So much better display. This is also part of the whole image quality impression, because when you look through this device and the first stop you will say, oh, I think I see a little bit better. Maybe also a little bit because of the display. It is, however, true that with Helion it is much easier to use the device with glasses. With Axion, due to this eyepiece, it's a little bit harder. And when you put the Helion on 5.5 magnification, then the differences in optical performance are not that big, or almost none, to be exact.
Helion devices work with IPS batteries. As you can see, we have here IPS 5, or you can either use an IPS 10 by necessity, which has a prolonged battery life.
And this is the APS 3 battery.
Yep.
And this is also one big difference between the Axion and the Helion. The Helion with the IPS 10 is not a compact device anymore, but it works for 16 hours.
Correct.
With Axion, the APS 3 is, at least at the moment, the only option, and the maximum operation time is 4 hours.
Yep.
So a big difference between both of them. Not a compact, but it works really long time. Really compact, but it works only 4 hours, and then you need to swap the battery. It is true that batteries like this, you can have many of them in your pockets. So, but you can also have these batteries, and then you prolong the operation time also on the Helions.
Yeah, I think we also forgot to mention that both these devices are compatible with the Stream Vision application, with Wi-Fi compatibility, and this is quite useful, I would say.
They also work very similarly. When you connect them with your smartphone, they feature the same functions. You can operate them through the smartphone. You can do everything with them the same way. Please check our video about Stream Vision application. It's the perfect app for such devices. Currently, I would say the app is the benchmark in the whole market of apps for sport optical devices.
Yeah. We also forgot to mention that you know, the IPS 5 or IPS 10, it's quite hard to insert, because you really have to work it out.
It's not really that hard, but with the APS 3 it's much easier.
It's very easy, yeah.
Because it's so easy. You just put them in, press, it works, push the button on this side, and it comes out.
And voila.
It's easier than on the, but even with the Helions it's not really hard.
Yeah.
But with the Helion you have a feeling that this is some kind of a working equipment, a tool. With Axion, this is something really nice. It's a small toy, so it's a different feeling of the device when you have it in your hands and when you're using it. Even though both of these two tools are really capable of. Yeah. What we also forget is the difference between the range of detection, 1,400 meters approximately here, 1,700 meters here. Even though when you're looking through it, the difference is not that obvious, I would say. It is noticeable, but it's not so that you would immediately see, oh, I can see much further with the Axion. You do see that the Axion has a little bit better details.
Well, these are the major differences and major similarities between Helion XQ38F and the XM38. I think we didn't forget anything, or did we?
We could speak a little bit more about the customer groups. Because these devices, even though they are very similar in some points and a little bit different in others, the main difference is that they have different customer groups. I would say for the Helions, this is a workhorse. It's a tool. You use it for in hard conditions and so on, and you rely on really long battery life with them. Yeah. If you use glasses also, you will see that the eyepiece it's made better for the glasses, for those people who wear glasses than on the Axions. So I would say this is more of a working tool, even though it has a smaller pixel count on the display, even though it has a different sensor and so on. With Axion, it's more of the compactness, and even if you sacrifice the operating time, it's with this battery or with this battery, it gets, this one is half of the time of this one, 4 hours, 8 hours. With this one you even get 16 hours, this one is only 4 hours. So you sacrifice a lot of those things for smaller and compact, more compact form factor. So I would say this is for a professional hunter. This one is for someone who wishes to have a thermal monocular, but it has to look good, it has to feel nice, it has to be small and compact and light. So the customer groups are not going to be the same for these two devices.
Yeah. I would say that Axions are better in terms of weight, compatibility. As you can see, they look like a rangefinder, very compact, very nice. The battery life, I would say, the battery life goes to the Helion devices with IPS5 and IPS10. You can really prolong your battery life.
There is one other thing. There are some customers who have trails or digisites, and they have the same batteries. So for those customers, it's really a good choice to have a Helion, because then you have the same batteries for all your devices.
That's correct.
With Axions, the Axion will be a perfect choice for someone who will use Thermion, because Thermion will have the same batteries as the Axion. So there are some differences, but with both devices you are getting a really high quality thermal monocular.
Yeah, it's a fact.
I also think that they will not cannibalize its sales that much, because there are different kinds of people, those who cherish compactness more and those who cherish the usability in long term more and wish to have a longer battery time. But it's also true, at the moment you can get the Helion with an XP sensor, which completely changes the game, while the Axions only have this XM sensor.
I think we
covered it.
I think we did it.
If we didn't, if there is still some question which could arise, send us emails, use comments below on this video, or get in touch with us anyway on social media, everywhere where you can find them. We will definitely make sure to get back to you as soon as possible with answers.
We will. Thank you, and until next time.
Until next time. Bye.